This is Janice Boylan, my running mate. I just voted for you, and I hope that lots of other people come out and vote for you too. Okay, so is everybody all right for me to say a few words now? Is everyone here? Yeah? Okay. So the day has arrived, and I'm hearing from fairly early reports of good turnout, it seems. So I think that's really, really encouraging. I know I've been hearing stories during the week of lots of young people travelling home, coming home to cast their vote. So I'm really hopeful that we will get a really high turnout. It's decision day. I just want to encourage everybody to come out and make their mark on what can be, in my belief, a really significant, in fact, a historic day where we can elect a new government for change, as I have endlessly described to you in the course of this campaign. So you're here in the heart of my, not just my electoral constituency, but my home neighbourhood. Very proud of Cabra. And thank you for being here.
Is there a particular demographic where that you're hoping will turn out to be numbers?
Well, obviously we want everybody to come out. We've had support from across the board. This is a really important election for everybody. I think it has a particular significance for younger people because there is a generation of people for whom housing is out of reach, opportunity out of reach, and in frightening numbers now are deciding that perhaps they will leave, others that are away and believe that they've no opportunity to come home. That's not acceptable to us, simply not acceptable. So a significant day for everyone, a particular significance for younger people, and we're asking young people especially, make the effort to vote today. Please don't miss this. This can be your election. And then, of course, the mammies and daddies, the grandparents as well, of course, vote for yourselves, for a better society, but vote for your young people too.
Mary Lou, in terms of the campaign, during the locals and the Europeans, you know, it appeared very toxic and tense at times. We saw protests outside politicians' houses, including your own. We saw at the very start of this campaign that a TD, a minister, was assaulted outside someone's front door. Did you feel that there was less toxicity in this campaign? It does seem less tense from the outside. What did you think?
I'd agree. Yeah. I think that's a fair assessment, Aoife. I think the conversation broadened. I think that, there has been frustration, there had been anger. And look, in many cases, understandable and justifiable anger, because we've just had really bad government and people have felt that they haven't been listened to, they hadn't been heard. I think one of the great virtues of campaigns like this is that people get their opportunity to access people, to have their say, and I hope to have the assurance that they have been heard. So, I mean, I've had the widest variety of conversations with people all across the country, and I want them to know that each one of those actually matters because it shapes how you evaluate things and how we would hope to shape policy into the future if we're given the chance of leading the next government.
Okay, folks. Mary Lou, would it be
do you want to do more?
A vote for Sinn Féin? Is that we're with international television? Is that a vote for a united Ireland? Is that a realistic aim?
It is. Is the short answer. The long version of the answer is yes, of course it is. We are Sinn Féin, we are United Irelanders. We have an ambitious plan for a new Ireland, for Ireland's future. The election, of course, in the first instance is about the matters in the here and now, the bread and butter issues, as they're called, housing being central, childcare, the cost of living crisis is still bearing down on people. But of course, as you do in your own personal life, you do with the immediate here and now, as you also plan for your future. Irish political life and good government has to be about doing both things. So yes, I believe that all of these young people that I hope will come out and vote today in particular will raise their own families in a reunited Ireland. Yeah.
Last question.
The government party's campaign were described as Project Leader. How do you feel about how the government parties conduct themselves over the course of this campaign, and what is your message to people who are feeling guided by fear of uncertainty?
Look, this election has to be about hope and optimism. We recognise, right, the challenges that are out there, and many people are struggling. I mean, we've lost count of the number of conversations that we've had with people with disabilities, children waiting for services, and that is really hard and really unacceptable. But we need to mark today with a note of optimism and hope and confidence and ambition, because today is election day, and the great beauty of this, and it's a moment of actual unique equality for every citizen, because your vote holds exactly the same weight, whether you're down on your luck and you're struggling, or if you're a multi-millionaire, your vote carries equal weight. So this is the moment where people can really shape the next government, and we need a new government, but really have your say on an equal basis. So I always think that that's a really positive thing, and I hope people are guided by that.
Okay, thanks. With the threat of Trump tariffs, is it time for Ireland to look elsewhere, to other economies, for FDI, like China, for example?
So, I mean, FDI is a really important strand of our economic development. It's not the only one, but of course we have to protect our economic interests and our relationship with the United States of America. And I look forward to doing just that. We have to develop our own enterprise economy. We have to, of course, always seek new opportunities and new markets. We live in a global world. And while we're doing that, we also have to be conscious that we live in a global village. We're part of the international community. We need to be strong and assertive in that. And together we also need to love and protect our planet.
Okay, thanks,
okay,
folks.
thanks, guys.
Thanks, Mary.
Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Out this way. Hey, Mark.
All right.
How are you?
How was married life?